Hallo, Frinda. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Singer Dad Reacts. My name is Josh. I'm happy to be back doing more reactions, and I'm excited to do a Fleur reaction. She's an amazing vocalist, and I've loved the Nightwish songs that I've reacted to, where she's singing with them, and I've enjoyed interacting with the Nightwish Army and all of you. One of the things I've been trying to do with my setup, as you may have noticed, is I've upgraded my microphone to better quality. So hopefully that comes through in this reaction. I've also upgraded my camera, so the video quality should hopefully be better as well. So with that, what I normally do here with my reactions, if you're new, is I read through the lyrics and kind of talk about, the message of the song and, what it's really all about. And then I dive right in with the reaction. I've also begun making chapters for my videos. So if you go onto the YouTube video, you should see chapters on there where you can kind of see that segmented out. So normally it's introduction, reading of the lyrics, followed by reaction. So if you want to skip this part of the video, just go straight to that reaction section. And then I close it with closing comments. Normally, those are my sections normally. So hopefully that accommodates those of you that want different things from your reactions. I'm trying to do better with that. So with that, I'm excited for this one. As many of you who have followed me for a while know, I'm a big fan of Phantom of the Opera. Les Miserables as well, obviously. Performed in that at one point as Javert, and Phantom's another one. I would just love to be able to have an opportunity to play Phantom at some point. That would just be an amazing experience. But having said that, what I also am trying to do to improve my reactions is kind of listen to the original artists who perform some of the songs that I react to, where I'm seeing artists perform covers and things like that, just so I can kind of compare those and contrast with what the artist I am reacting to has done. So what I did in this case is I went and I watched again the Michael Crawford, Sarah Brightman performance. I think it was from like the Grammys or something like that in 1988 of this song, Phantom of the Opera. And it was amazing. I saw Michael Crawford when I was in high school, I think. I saw him perform as Phantom down in LA for when he was traveling with that show. And I've seen Phantom performed 3 or 4 times now since, and no one has compared to Michael Crawford and his performance. It was just so powerful, and not only just well sung, but just he personified the character. And I went in with this kind of thought that Phantom was going to be this bad guy, and I came away at the very end after that, really genuine and emotional song that he sings at the end there. And I actually came to tears watching his portrayal and what the humanity and vulnerability and what he brought to that character. So I'm coming in with that in mind, and vocally, Crawford was great. Obviously, Sarah Brightman is great. She's got an amazing voice, but I know Fleur has the chops to do this, and I'm excited to see her and Hank perform this. So with that, let's jump right into the lyrics here. So Phantom of the Opera, music by Andrew Lloyd Webber, of course, lyrics by Charles Hart, Richard Stilgoe, and there were some additional lyrics noted by Mike Batt, is what I found. So verse 1, sung by Christine: "In sleep he sang to me, in dreams he came, that voice which calls to me and speaks my name. And do I dream again? For now I find the Phantom of the Opera is there inside my mind." Verse 2, sung by the Phantom: "Sing once again with me our strange duet. My power over you grows stronger yet. And though you turn from me to glance behind, the Phantom of the Opera is there inside your mind." Christine: "Those who have seen your face draw back in fear. I am the mask you wear. It's me they hear," from the Phantom. And they both sing, she sings my, or she sings your, he sings my, your voice. In one combined, the Phantom of the Opera is there inside your mind. Beware the Phantom of the Opera. In all your fantasies, you always knew that men in mystery, Christine, were both in you. They both sing, and in this labyrinth where night is blind, the Phantom of the Opera is there inside your mind. Sing, my angel of music. He's there, the Phantom of the Opera. Sing, sing for me, sing, my angel of music, sing for me. I have brought you to the seat of sweet music's throne, to this kingdom where all must pay homage to music. Music. You have come here for one purpose and one alone. Since the moment I first heard you sing, I have needed you with me, to serve me, to sing for my music, my music. So it really is touching as far as just how the Phantom latches on to Christine, and he sees her as this personification of the music that is his outlet. The music is his way of communicating to the world. He's stuck in isolation, but yet he has all these things he wants to share, and these emotions, and these powerful musical interludes that he wants to share. And Christine is this prodigy that he wants to shape and mold, and he also loves her, of course, as we discover through the course of the story. An unrequited love, right? A tragic story there, actually. But yeah, so, and the music, I think, for him also helps him to feel like, and she also, her presence, her innocence helps him to not feel like he's a monster, right? So that's kind of my take on the lyrics, and I'll jump right in here. And this, of course, is the performance by Floor Jansen and Hank Port from the Beste Zangers. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Competition in 2019. And I don't know that this has closed captioning. I don't know if we'll need it at all in this, but I'm going to dive right in. For those that are new to my channel, or if you haven't already, if you could please subscribe, click on the notifications bell there to hear about any future reactions coming up from Nightwish or any others you may be interested in. I would appreciate that. I'm really grateful for all of your support and your patience while I get things on track with my channel again. So I will be doing more reactions going forward here starting this month, and the new equipment is should show you that I am invested in, and I do want to continue to improve my channel and put more out there. So with that, let's dive in. That's cool. Look at these guys, they're hyped. Oh. That was cool. So she kind of added like a little bit of like the metal floor into that, especially that last part of the phrase, right? Where she just kind of added a little bit of that fire to what she was singing, and the style was the classical style is still there. I can see all of the classical training coming through in the way that she approaches the vocal. You know, she's nice and open, and you know, she's lifting her soft palate, she's dropping the jaw, The tongue is forward. There's no tension in the neck. All these aspects that you watch for and kind of when a vocalist sings to see the classical training coming through, that's coming through in what she's singing, and the way she's forming the vowels and all that. But yet she's adding that edge to it that gives it that kind of rock or metal feel to it, right? And that's what the people watching are kind of keying in on. They're like, yeah, this is cool. So I'm excited to see what Hank does and how he comes in, because he's more of the classical side. So let's continue here.
Sing once again with me a strange new word. My power over you grows stronger yet. And though you turn from me, it glows behind. The phantom of the opera is there inside your mind.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, so Hank, I did a little bit of research on him, and what's cool about him actually is that he played Phantom and he played Jean Valjean in Les Mis. And if you've watched my channel for a long period of time, you know that I'm a big fan of both of those musicals, and so that's really cool that he played both of those parts. In fact, one of the cool facts that I found out about that I didn't realize is that he was one of the 17 Jean Valjeans that sang at they call it the Dreamcast reunion or something like that. The concert they did, I think it was the 25th anniversary concert. So I purposely didn't go back and watch that again because I didn't want to hear his voice and have anything before coming in. So it was kind of a first time reaction for me, for Hank. But I now, after listening to this and doing this reaction, I want to go back and watch his performance from that concert. But yeah, he's definitely a classical vocalist, and I like his voice, especially like the lower part of his voice when he came in on the mind, inside your mind, and he kind of closed the diphthong to kind of add this kind of intensity to the sound. So I thought that was really cool what he did there toward the end of the phrase. But let's go on here. Oh, I like that sound. That's cool. She just really opens it up. She's awesome. I want to comment on one thing too. Like, she's playing the part really well. They both are, but she's doing this whole kind of smitten, where she just really admires the Phantom and, is all dreamy and all that. She's doing that really well as far as playing the part of Christine. So props to her. I think that's really important. And I've always tried to do that in my performances, like in college and stuff like that. As far as really getting into the part, pretending that you're actually performing it as part of, the musical or whatever it is you're singing from. You are that character. I think that's really important, and she's nailing it on that. So that's awesome. Let me go back just a little bit. But look at when she's singing, look at her cheeks. I've talked about this, the singer smile. She does it really well. And I did a little kind of tutorial on this at one point for those that have been watching my videos for a long time. But it's all about the soft palate. And what happens is you're not actually smiling with your lips, but you're lifting your cheeks like this, and it's actually your soft palate, which is back behind, toward the back there part there. It lifts it up and then allows the sound to come through. And so if you're doing it correctly, it can really kind of open up your sound, and it adds more volume, but also it helps with the pitch and the quality and the richness of the sound, the resonance. So she does that really well. So you can, and he does too. I mean, you can see not as pronounced, but
You were
It's me they hear.
your spirit and your voice in one combined. The phantom of the opera is there inside your mind.
they're rocking out. She's loving it.
In all your
Oh, okay.
fantasies, you always
He's trying to like growl it. That's awesome.
And in this
They blend really well together.
Inside your mind. Sing for me, my angel of music.
This is the part they've been waiting for here.
Sing my angel
Oh.
of music.
Oh, see how much wider she's opening now? It's like, it's a high note. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so that was pretty crazy. I can see why you all wanted me to react to that. That was really cool. That was a neat performance. They both sound great. Michael Crawford is my favorite Phantom. No one has topped him from anyone I've ever heard, including Hank. He did a great job, but for me, it's just there's something about Michael Crawford and his voice, and there's a haunting quality to it, and a brightness to it, and just he immerses himself in that character and personifies that character in a way that I just haven't seen anyone else do. So, but yeah, it was a great performance. It was neat to see Fleur's classical training come through. I mean, you can see it in her Nightwish performances as well, but not as much as it was on display here because of the nature of this song, right? But she showed her chops for sure. As far as, hey, you need me to go high, I can do it, no problem, right? So, and I love the texture of her voice, the richness of the sound, and one of the hardest vowels when you're a singer to sing and have it sound good and pleasant is the E sound, the E. But she's one of the few that I've listened to where, and there's several times in this song where she's singing on an E, and it sounds great. It sounds, forward and open and resonant, and that's hard to do, and it takes a special voice to do that. So I like her voice a lot, and this was a great performance. And not an easy one to sing at all for either of the vocalists. So props to them for doing it. I'm excited to get back to doing more Nightwish reactions. I know I've got a lot of ground to cover to be able to do reactions to current Nightwish, and then of course previous Nightwishes prior to Floor and so forth. So I'll get back to that. As usual, please feel free to put your suggestions and your feedback in the comments down below. And always feel free to let me know how I can improve the channel. And I really want to do that. That's part of why I've invested in the new microphone. So if you could actually specifically in the comments kind of let me know what was the sound quality of this mic versus the other mics that I've used in the past. So I'm trying to kind of tweak the settings in OBS to get the right settings. And I'm not convinced that these settings are the ones that I'm going to stay with, but your feedback would be appreciated. I'll close with that. And as I do with all of my reactions, I'll also close by saying that you all need to know for yourselves that you are special, that you are loved, and that you can accomplish your dreams. And I hope that you know that, and that you're able to be happy and healthy and spend time with your family and accomplish the things that you set out to do, and that you'll see the potential within yourself for great things. And it's important for each of us to discover that and to feel loved, and so show that to others and be kind, and the world will be a better place if we all come together, learn from the music, allow it to inspire us and entertain us and encourage us and teach us. Those are all things that are going to help us. So with that, thank you again for your support. If you haven't already, please again subscribe, click on the notifications bell, and keep your eyes out. I'm going to change the design on my my merchandise, my apparel. I did actually get one of my t-shirts in, but I do want to actually kind of change it up a little bit after kind of thinking it through and looking at it more closely. And I think what I'm going to do is have like a Singer Dad Reacts, a smaller emblem here on kind of the left chest area of the shirts, and then put this Music Lights the World and kind of fix a few things, make it not look so blocky. So kind of wrap these or make them a little more less kind of straight line, right? So if you have suggestions about that, if you have an eye for things like this, I'm happy to take any feedback. But imagine this or something better than that on the back of the shirt, and that's what the new apparel will look like. So keep your eye out for that, and I'll have links in my description down below as far as where you can pick all that up and support the channel. I really appreciate all of that. Anyway, thank you again for all of your support, and take care.